Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? Welcome to the Tea Factory podcast. Thank you for stopping by. Um, Please like the video, comment, let me know your thoughts on this video, and then also subscribe to the channel so you can be notified whenever we upload a new video. So let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about Cardi B and her rollout and her new album, and then Saweetie, her comments, and then JT, her response to Cardi B. So Cardi B has been on this tour, not concert tour, but on this promotional tour. So she did an interview with Gayle King, and she was on the Breakfast Club, and she was doing different things to promote her album. So her album is called "Am I the Drama?" It is her second studio album, and I did not know that. This whole time, I was thinking that that she had more than one studio album. Um, I will say this: I like Cardi B. I'm not. I don't really care too much for her music, but I like her as a celebrity, as a person. I think she's a good mom from what we see and stuff like that. And just for antics, her character. I like her, so I'm a fan. But as far as the music itself, I really don't care too much for the music. I'll probably go to her concert when she goes on tour in the spring. But you know, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, I'll go to that and check that out whenever she comes to Atlanta. However, so yeah, so I was surprised that this album is her second studio album. She's been in the music scene since her first album for a long time, and she's been a feature on different work and with different celebrities. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I was shocked to find out that this is only gonna be her second studio album. But on her first album, the only song that I really cared so much about, or liked, I should say, was Borak Yellow. You know, that was my jam, and I think that's the song too that blew her up. So you know, so Cardi's been in the press a lot this week because, like I said, she's promoting her new album. The album has 3 to 4 covers, they said, and one of the covers is like a pink. She's got like this pink dress or pink outfit on, and with like claws on the top or whatever. I was gonna post it, but I didn't. And then the next one, it's got the red dress, and she's got the little legs showing with the tattoo, and then there's crows. I like that one. And then there's another one that is like she's got this black and white dress on, with black hair, ponytail. That one is cute too. So the album has, I think, 3 to 4 different covers. So I thought that was neat. So then when she was on with Gayle King, she broke the tea. She broke the news that she is pregnant with her boyfriend, Stefan Diggs. Now, Stefan Diggs is an NFL player. He plays for the New England Patriots. And apparently, from my research, they saying that he already has like 4 kids. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. He has 4 kids. Cardi's baby is going to be his 5th child. And then it's going to be her 4th child. Now, before she announced that she was pregnant, I had a feeling that she was pregnant because in that court trial, when she was coming down the stairs and that reporter asked her that question that made her upset and she threw the pin at him, I knew then that she was pregnant because the way she was walking, the way she was holding herself. I mean, I'm a woman and I have 2 kids, so I know what pregnant looks like. I knew she was pregnant, and I was actually going to make a video saying, hey, is Cardi B pregnant? But I never got to it. But so I'm glad that she confirmed and let us know she is pregnant, because those of us who know, especially women, we knew she had to, we knew she was pregnant because you could tell. You could see the baby bump and stuff. And so this is going to be her 4th child. and they're saying this is going to be his fifth child. So, so my opinion, this is all my opinion. I feel like I hate to say this, Carter, you're my girl. I like you and everything, but I don't see this relationship lasting, y'all. I don't. I don't see this relationship lasting. I don't wish that heartache on her, and I don't wish that for her. But for him to already have like three different baby mamas right now, as it is, he's got like three baby mamas, and Cardi's baby is gonna be his fifth child. That just tells me that he's created a lot of broken homes. You know, he hasn't stepped up to the plate as a man to make an honest woman out of one of these women. You know, and so for him to just go around and just, I don't know. I don't like it, but that's just me. But I just hope for Cardi B that this relationship lasts for a long time. But, you know, it's not a good look. It is not a good look for her to have a baby with Stefan Diggs. And it's not a flex. She thinks it's a flex, but it's not. Like, your child's going to have to compete for his time with all those other children, with all those other households, with all those other women. And you already have three children with Offset, And the thing is, okay, so Offset, he's from Atlanta. So when Cardi B and Offset were married, they lived together in Atlanta. So Cardi used to live in Atlanta through the duration of their relationship. So now that, and then when she broke up with him, when she left him, she went back up to New York. But she doesn't live in New York State. She lives in New Jersey. Like most rich folks, most rich people in New York, not all of them, I mean, because there's a lot of rich people that live in Manhattan and stuff like that live in New York. But some celebrities that are from New York, once they make it big, they go across the river, they go live in New Jersey. So she lives in New Jersey now because she's from the Bronx. So, um, I lost my thought there. But anyway, so she's from the Bronx, so she moved back to the New York area from Atlanta. So that's what I was going to say. So Offset lives in Atlanta, she lives in New Jersey, so the kids is commuting. That's what I was going to say. That her kids are going back and forth between Georgia and New Jersey, and then now you have this child with Stefan, and then we all know when they play football, they don't play for the same team forever. Like, some players, if they're good enough, or if they're the face of the brand, the face of the franchise, they will last for a long time. They will play for that team for a very long time. But then there's some dudes, they get, the teams will trade them to other teams, and change them like draws. Okay, so he might not stay in that team for a long time. So they might switch him up to another. Then what? Then she's gonna have to move to whatever city he gets traded to, and then now her kids have to, be commuting or be flown back and forth between Atlanta and whatever town that she decides to move with Stefan to. Like, what I'm saying is that her kids are not gonna have a steady home. Because right now she left Offset and she lives in New Jersey. She has a steady home and a steady place in New Jersey. But she gets with this guy who's a football player and might end up getting traded somewhere. And she might not want to stay put in New Jersey. She might want to follow him all over the world, all over the state, all over the country. And then she's going to uproot her kids too. That's what I'm saying. And kids need a solid foundation. Kids need a familiar place. It's not good to uproot and move kids like that. I know from personal experience, kids, they get attached to their school, they get attached to their friends, and you constantly moving them. That's not healthy mentally for the children. Then you want them to focus on their education and get straight A's houseway when you don't have you're not giving them a stable place. So anyway, I wish her all the luck, all the good luck. Pray that God blesses her and her relationship with this guy, but I don't like him for her. Okay, I like Cardi B. I don't care for him. I don't like him for him. For her, I don't think it's a good look. But and I hope the album does well. And then, so another thing too, from my little research that I did, it says that her and Offset is still married. I'm like, what? She filed for divorce from Offset, but they're legally still married. Their divorce is not final. And I'm like, damn. You pregnant with an? I'm not. I'm okay. I'm not. You know what? I'm not. Fix it, Lord. Okay, but that's hey, that's her business. But she is still married to Offset, and she's having a baby with Stefan. But anyway, nevertheless, I digress. So then, so on the album, she was saying, or the streets are saying, Google saying that she disses some female rappers on there. So one of the female rappers that she's been dissing is JT, and JT responds to Cardi B um, after Cardi B dissed her on the album because apparently she was talking about JT's boyfriend, how JT has to, um, do manly things to him, and that's what Cardi B was saying to JT. So then JT replies, she says, guitar quote, and I quote, this is from her tweet. JT tweeted out and said, guitar body hoes wasn't talking about me. Guitar body hoe wasn't talking about me. Better be quiet before I tell them the real tea, bitch. pH balance will fry a whole fish. Yuck. With that one flow. LOL. Child. Okay, whatever. So basically, she's trying to say that Cardi smell like fish. But so let's talk about JT for a second with regards to this tweet. JT is in a relationship with someone who appears to be a bisexual person. He's a black male going around wearing dresses, carrying purses, and he's just a very funny individual. No disrespect. This is all my opinion. And I don't know nothing about him. Don't want to know nothing about him. I don't follow him. I just know a little bit of him because I'm a blogger. And now JT has settled for him. I don't know why. In my opinion, JT is a beautiful girl. She can get anybody. JT can get anybody. She's a beautiful girl, and I feel like she has settled to be with the man that she's with. And I don't know why. She can get a basketball player or a football player. She can get anybody. She can get anybody she wants. She has a nice body. She's a beautiful girl, beautiful brown girl. So I don't know why JT has settled for him. But JT and Cardi are beefing, so I guess this is good for the both of them and it sells. But I hope JT I don't know if she's gonna clap back again, but that's her clap back for now. But I kind of feel like Cardi B must have. I don't know. I kind of feel like low key Cardi B ate more than JT because this response was not even. It's like okay, whatever, girl. Because all you're trying to say is pH balance will fry a whole fish. So you're just basically saying she stink. But she talked about your man, saying that and about his sexuality and his manhood, and that's what you can come back with. I think that I feel like JT's response is weak. I felt like Cardi B coming at her that was that brought more heat. But anyway, girls, so moving along. So the next person we're talking about is Sweetie. So Sweetie sat down and did an interview, and she said that because she's pretty, that she's been getting punished. She called it pretty punishment. Girl, first of all, okay, all three of these girls are female rappers, okay? And Sweetie, you're not even a good rapper, in my opinion. You're whack. You don't have bars. I'm sure everything that you've rapped, your whole entire album was written by ghostwriters. You are a pretty girl. You're mixed. She's I think Filipino and black, so she's a black woman. And again, as a black woman, growing up, she probably had people tell her how pretty she is because she is pretty. But then again, there's this thing called colorism. Again, so we're talking about colorism again. I did a video about colorism with Chris Brown and how he treats his fans. Check out that video. Um, is the video before this one. So you can check that one out too. But colorism is basically racism within Black African American Africans. It's within every single race, but especially, I mean, nationality. Ooh, I hate saying that word, race. It's within every nationality, but especially in African Americans and African community, racism. I mean, um, class colorism, colorism does exist. So I feel like for her, she has experienced colorism, but it was into her favor. Like people were telling her, "Oh, girl, you're so pretty. You got good hair. You this and this and that," based on colorism. Even though she is a pretty girl, and so she thinks she all that in a bag full of chips. Okay, and not saying that she shouldn't think like that because we are supposed to have good self esteem. We are supposed to carry ourselves that way. Every single person should feel like they are a bag of chips. Okay, all that in a bag's full of chip. Okay, we should feel like that. But for her to sit here and say she's being punished for being pretty, in my opinion, girl, you can't even rap. The reason why you are even a rapper and you've made it as far as you have made it is because of your beauty. So pretty punishment, no ma'am. It's not pretty punishment. It's pretty advantage, pretty um audacity, the audacity. So pretty has paved the way for pretty has put you in places and rooms that you normally would even be in because your talent is lacking. You're not in those rooms because you are so talented, such you are such a great rapper and you are such a good rapper and you are a lyricist. You're in those rooms and you have the record deal because you are pretty. So therefore, sweetheart, you're not being punished. This is not a punishment. And the reason why your records are not selling or whatever the issue is that she's saying that she's having is because nobody's interested. Nobody's buying it. It's because people are not checking for you. It has nothing to do with you being pretty or ugly. It's just like, nobody's checking for you. Nobody wants to listen to your music and nobody is a fan. I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't have any fans. She probably does have fans, but what I'm saying is the talent is lacking and the interest is lacking. The public is not interested. They're not as interested as they once were. And it's okay because everybody falls off. Like everybody falls off. There's people who are one hit wonders. So instead of complaining about her looks or saying she's being pretty punished, she should just, buckle down, start grinding, do what it is that she needs to do, write or whatever, fix the issue, fix the problem, but don't get on these podcasts and talk about you being punished because you're pretty. That's gonna turn people off. I know it turned me off because now I'm like, girl, bye. I never was checking for her before, but now I really ain't checking for you because you sound like a color. You sound like a colorist. Okay, that's what you sounding like to me, and I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. So I don't fuck with that. But y'all, get on the chat. Let me know what y'all think. Let's chop it up. And that's all I have to say. Cardi B, pregnant by Stefan. We're gonna wish her good luck. We're gonna pray things work out between her and Stefan. But being the fifth baby mom, I mean not the fifth, having his fifth child is oof, child. And then JT, child, whatever, But anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. It does not cost you anything. Like the video, comment. And thank you for visiting the Tea Factory podcast.